I feel like since I've been almost a grown-up, I've known about ice and sort of also grown up alongside ice. I remember hearing about this amazing project that was getting started with all these Oberlin kids. It was like a rift in the force of the new music world, and we were all so young. Worked with people in the ensemble such as Noiko, obviously Josh, David, and then I had this idea for an opera, and that was kind of the first start to finish project with ice. We had a really great workshop up at Mount Tremper. One of the best artistic experiences I've ever had, because I came with a lot of music written, but then it was just such a fertile environment, and there was so much, literally just so much reverberation in the space and in among us. And so I ended up writing a bunch of music there, one of the movements actually completely during that workshop, which I think was really only 3 or 4 days long, but it felt like a huge period of time because so much happened. James, for you to look at Anthony, because he has this little tiny glissandi. Yeah, and it would be great to spend a little extra moment on that so that your glissandi is sort of perceptible, and then the flutter tongue comes in. Later on, we went to Greenland, which was just a incredibly disruptive experience in every positive way you could imagine. I still think it's the most beauty I've ever seen in a period of my life, concentrated. There we played even in a village of 14 people, I think, carrying the On Martineau on boats, and at one point ride it down a snowbank and just hoping that the ice was going to hold. The Ond has been to a lot of places as a result of our collaborations, including the Abrams Art Center, which was a much easier trip. We created this work called Martineau's Wave, really my first solo recital. It was something I had been working towards for a couple of years. The Ond came to me as late in life, I guess, although hopefully not when it's all said and done. Really, it was that I missed being an interpreter. I wondered and went through a lot of crises about what that was going to mean and what I was going to do. And then one day I came home from teaching, and Sebastian was playing a CD from the Quartet du Rond du Montréal, the movement that we know of as Louange pour l'éternité de Jésus. And it's based on the work called Fête du Belzo. Messiaen wrote Fête du Belzo in 1937 for the Paris Expo. I came into the kitchen and heard this recording and just kind of fell over. I mean, it just kind of hit me, and I recognized the music and I understood its shape, but I couldn't identify it. And Sebastian told me what it was, and then I connected it with that instrument that was sort of a blank spot in my brain, which was the On Martineau. And I woke up in the middle of the night and said, I've figured it out. I'm going to play the On Martineau. And that's when it started. I like working with ice in a similar way that a person likes to be home. I like to work with people who I understand deeply and who have the same kind of life project that I have. I like to work with people who also see the world as limitless and then kind of move back from that and deal with reality, but for whom the start is that everything is possible. That's important in every aspect of my life, to think first anything is possible, and then, you deal. But the first instinct is yes, and the first answer is yes.